And also, it's Discord. I don't want to put my name on that shit
Oh
for
shit.
real. Yeah.
All right, we starting. We starting. We live. We live. Welcome to the. Oh man, let me not start on some crazy shit
Hold on, it's not. This is not what this is.
though. That's not what this is. Not today, guys. Shoot. Welcome to another episode of the Marketing Monday. Um, I'm your host. I'd be rich, and this is my host, Mario Biename. Um,
That's right.
we just get in here. We're showing you the building blocks realistically of building something new. A lot of people have built things, and you just kind of see them pop out with it. You're kind of gonna be, if you're watching, and if you're watching this video, you're going to be seeing the very beginnings of these things that we're putting together. And so I hope you enjoy. We're gonna start off with a little bit of a update. A little bit into. We won't go too much personal, but we'll touch just a little touch. Um, and then we'll get right into the homework that was assigned and the homework that I didn't do. So
You
so
know what they say. You can always trust.
you can trust them to be them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, man. Tell me a little bit about your week, my boy.
What my shit? It's been a chaotic week, bro. I am, as we speak, structuring my life. I should say restructure my life. Like I started school this weekend. Um,
Oh,
so
nice.
that's shit. I don't know if it's nice or just like another thing on my plate. Like
A lot.
yeah. But I think it's a necessary, at least for me, I'm not like institution. I am pro learning, but I am not pro institution. Like oh, you got to go to this university to be of importance. Like but anyways, long story short, this is not a dissertation. I started school. I am going to do the finance degree, like get my business finance degree on. Um, and my decision really come down to some things, you can learn on your own, but like just like my job, like you know this, but probably the people who's gonna watch this in the future don't understand. I work in IT. My job is literally Googling shit. Like I said this a couple of times, like if people knew how to Google, I wouldn't have a job. But so I understand, I understand that knowing what to Google is part of it. So I can Google how to do X, Y, and Z, but knowing how X, Y, and Z connects to whatever, blah, 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 is partially the reason why I went back to school as well for just having the fucking piece of paper. Because like quite honestly, people care about it. Um, Presentation, the fields that I'm targeting as well is around finance, like having an understanding of the language in my business. Like if I want to be an executive, I would need a background in business and all of that. So it just made sense. So I've just been doing that. I did the scraping thing that we talked about last meeting. Um, I found like a custom plugin actually, and I scraped a whole bunch of businesses. I don't even know if we want to get into that, but that's what I did this weekend. Hit up the AliExpress. I know in my accountability, I set next week for the day that I start hitting up the start passing out, my little marketing shit, but I'm gonna push that back because I went to AliExpress and I'm gonna get actual custom bags with my logo on there because I didn't know how I was gonna pass out, the things I was gonna pass out. I don't, this is not a secrecy anyways. The candy shit I was gonna do, like go to different little dental offices and introduce myself with candy. Like how am I gonna pass it out with my hands? No. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if it's marketing, I might as well market it. Like I'm gonna get a mouse, like a custom mouse pad like something that's always on their face. With my logo, I'll put a little QR code on there, make it easier to scan with my website, my contact information, along with my business card, and some candy in a little custom bag with my logo on there. Like, like I exist, X, Y, and Z. And while I'm there, I gotta develop because everything in life is a fucking script. I gotta develop the script on, the information I'm trying to get them to understand and the information I'm trying to extract, um, and all of that. So that's what I've been working on, and I've been working on my website, bro. I've been getting some traffic, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy, bro. I've been getting a lot of traffic. I was looking at that shit this morning. I am not converting anybody yet, but I wasn't getting the traffic before until I started, focusing and improving and shit, you
Nice.
know. Um, so um
That's
I'm
good.
actually ranking on Google too. Like I rank 11 now. Before I was even
Okay.
ranking. So just gotta keep working on that. So shit.
That's
But yeah,
fire.
bro,
That's
that's what's
fire.
up.
For the people too, man. What kind of? I mean, we've done a few episodes already, but like, we haven't done like official intros or anything like that. So I don't know how often we will. Maybe it's worth
Mhm.
doing it every episode, because you never know when a new person will stop on an episode. Maybe it's not worth it. I don't know, but I don't know. I feel today since I have my camera, like I never had the camera, so then we was just talking. But now I got my camera. Now niggas want to introduce themselves or whatever.
I feel that.
But yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll get into that. So for me, man, I mean, we're streaming on my channel right now, so I would hope that you, well, I mean, you never know because it could come on your feed or whatever. But yeah. So for me, man, I am a studio owner. I own a studio in Miami, real close to Wynwood, and I've been in the game for 6, 7 months, something like that. I've been trying my hand at different entrepreneurial journeys for the last 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anytime that I try to put my hand towards something entrepreneurial, I always told myself that I was going to get money and then put the the money into my creative. And yeah, I never reached that point of actually getting enough money and enough profit and then putting it into creative. And what I realized as well, and when I say creative, I really mean my personal taste of what I wanted to make slash create. Because what I realized is, for the way that I know how to run a business or to blow up a business or whatever, just get clients, was by being on social, by doing XYZ in the creative area. That's what I knew. And so my creative juices were going into making content for specific businesses that I may or may not have cared so much about. And so yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's definitely hard to divvy up your energies and blah blah blah. And everybody's different as to how they can approach it, but that was just how I found myself approaching it and didn't really like it. So, but yeah, it was all learning blocks, stepping stones for me to eventually get a studio of my own, because I did partner up with another studio for like a year, maybe 2 years, something like that. And yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot through them. So it's like, it's not like I'm just like basing it off of nothing. I had some type of internship, some type of shadowing for a little while. And so I'll always suggest that for anybody who's getting into, field, any field in their entrepreneurial journey. You definitely gotta have an OG, a big dog, somebody who has done it already or done something close, something similar. And so, yeah, anyway, so that's what's going on over here. And so, what I really want to create and put together is my studio and all of the pieces that really ride around it. Really, I want to create a marketing agency with all of the connections and pieces that I personally have. I don't want to necessarily have to only outsource, Fiverr and this and that, whatever the case may be. I want to invest into the local artist, um, and that's where the Starving Artist Club came about. And so, yeah, man. So hopefully you guys can kind of grasp that and understand that. My boy, it's your time to share your a little bit of your credentials and what you got going on. Cause I know sometimes you be on the humble, but you know what I'm saying.
Hello.
It's time to shine a little something something for you. You feel me? So go ahead.
I don't know, in terms of like things that, like as far as my business, my focus honestly is like, even let's go back a little bit. Like I told you, like part of my marketing strategy is to go volunteer. And honestly, I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but it's actually pretty good. Like I've done it twice now. Like I volunteered at a local shelter and shit like that. And it's like everything else. You're not gonna meet everybody you meet is not gonna be like gold right away, right? But it's like over time you are building, you know what I'm saying? You are building the face, the credential. Now, the second time I went, people know my name. Now I introduce myself like, hey, um, who can I speak to regarding, giving you guys IT services for free, as a volunteer service. I want to get in there, and volunteer my time and improve the IT infrastructure that they have to better serve the community. And that's something I feel passionate about, not just because I want to get my business up, but I also want to get my business up. And so it's just like it helps me help them. Um, and other people that volunteer there as well, they have connections in the community. They're teachers, professors, lawyers, they're et cetera, et cetera. So but anyways, but my focus or business is in the IT services realm. Um, Last call we had, this is part of like, I know this one is more formal than we usually have. Like this is really formal.
Super formal. We don't talk like
Super
this,
formal.
bro.
We don't talk like this.
They're gonna be like, yo, who are these people for real?
We
Different.
don't talk like this. But this is more, I guess, our professional side, Mr. Blah blah blah. But last time we had this call, like, you help me and we help each other, realize different things, which is important to have mentorship and not people who are traveling at the same path as you. Maybe you're not going in the same direction, but we're traveling on the same highway, let's just say. We take a different exit. But last time we had a call, I had to slim down my focus because my target audience was too big. So currently, my target audience is dental offices and financial services, but specifically accounting firms and wealth management. And yeah, I basically provide them IT services, um, keeping their services running, anything from everything that has to do with their computer, anything that has to do with their network. Yeah, I'm the guy, I'm the go-to, and I'm trying to build a company to do that.
And
So
still,
that's
share a little bit of your background and your experience. The jobs you've had and the certificates that you have, collected. Those type of things.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Like also like part of the reason why I want to volunteer, and that's something I'm looking to do as well, maybe next summer. When I was in high school, how I got into tech as well is I wanted free games, bro. Like I had a PSP and I wanted free games type shit. So I had to learn how to pirate it. I was freaking in middle school. Like I didn't know how to, like, I didn't have money. So I learned how to pirate video games and get PSPs. And then when I get into high school, the school had a tech support type class. And to me, that was a volunteer type of service like the school was offering, like for students. You had to sign up, you had to get into the program. And I was doing that for like 3 years of the school. So that's where, I started getting my hands into technology and to, computers. And, when it comes to certifications, I think now as well, I'm gonna take this last few certifications and then I'm gonna stop. In high school, I did my A plus. After that, I did Net plus. Um, I have a few Microsoft certification in the Azure realm, and right now the last one I'm going to take is Microsoft 365 expert level cert, and then I'm going to stop. Um, Only because that I think I want to focus more on this. When I spend time studying, I'm gonna use that time instead to do labs of those things and upload them. Like, here's how to do X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm showing you the skills instead of like showing you the paper that I know the skills, if that makes sense. Like, because a lot of people aren't like myself, I would say. A lot of people study dump tests. Like, you just study a whole bunch of questions from a dump website and you can get the same certifications that I have without the experience. So as a differentiation, I'm just gonna show you the skills instead. I'm gonna do my own on my website, even if it comes to like a job or a client. Um, Here's what I know. Here are my skills. It's right there. You see me doing it. I don't have to just show you a paper. So um, yeah. So that's where I'm heading. As far as jobs, man, I've done it all. Currently, I'm a system administrator, and for people, I guess, who aren't in the IT field, what that means is basically IT is pretty much tiered, like and the system administrator is like the people who actually look after the systems. We're more into implementing the systems, the higher systems, implementing, making sure they connect together, how they connect together, keeping them up to date, upgrading, moving them to a different system, and all of that stuff. Yeah, but I've done it. I've done it. I've done it all pretty much. So, but yeah, man.
That's nice. How many years have you been in your field?
Since high school, bro, it's been a while. Since 2013, bro.
Mm.
I'm old. Damn.
It's crazy to say that out loud.
Yeah, so I've really been messing with like computers and fixing other people's products since like 2013. Because in the school, we were fixing like teachers' stuff, outside people's stuff. Yeah, so it's been a minute, but
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we got the formalities out the way, my boy. So all right, so let so yeah, so just like you were saying though, in here and something I wanted to cover, and I mean, shoot, we'll get better at the introductions and this and that or whatever, right? Maybe I should have said this before introducing ourselves because you want to kind of talk about why should I watch and then why should I watch you? You know what I'm saying? So why should you watch? You should watch because I kind of said that, right? We're kind of building something, but I didn't necessarily specify what we're building. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're kind of building a community, putting a community together, and we're putting the backbone and the infrastructure of what that looks like. In terms of accountability, that's what we want to base our community off of. I mean, you kind of spoke on that because when it's just a lot better to go with people than it is to go alone. So yeah, let's get into it. So I do remember we like you said we left off on your account. That's funny. Like I didn't get much of anything last time, which is fine. Like it's not a big deal or whatever. But definitely we were grinding on your shit. So that's a good thing. So so you're kind of updating. Let's give an update as to what we were talking about a little bit more in depth from last week, and then continuing. I mean, you really did say it though. You said that you had to kind of scale down and zoom into your a little bit of a niche. You mentioned that you're doing like the A/B testing as well for dental offices and then the financial. Cool. So you did scrape, and you
yeah.
used something specific to scrape. Tell me more about that part.
Um, so I think as well, if we back up, this whole thing started like I just an idea to hold each other accountable or just to share ideas in general.
Mm.
Like because more times and time, I think we've tried this before, but like we like didn't stick it through. But you know, I'll just go out and say it. For myself, like as an immigrant kid, I don't have like being fatherless will do it to you. I don't have, like a dad that who's an entrepreneur, or my mom or my uncle or my auntie who's an entrepreneur who's able to guide me or give me a small loan of $1 million or $22 million in today's money. I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a lot of the skills I have to learn, a lot of my fears I have to face. I don't have the network of people who are entrepreneurs. So this is the idea behind this. Like the people who are like myself don't have to necessarily build and figure it out like from scratch. They can watch a few videos and put it together. Like, oh, here's how they do this, here's how they overcome this. And we're at the bottom of starting something, and all the things that we learn, we're adding them here, we're putting them on camera, we're recording them. Here's how we're doing it. Here's the roadblocks, and here's the successes. And as well, as other people start coming in the community, they can share their experiences, and other people can learn from them. But as far as like the things that so
Let
moving
me add
forward.
on that too. I wanna, yeah, because
Mhm.
that's really good. That's good what you said, and the way you said it as well. And to add a little bit to that, I think we could say that we're coming from like you said, an area of null, of nothing, of dust, and we're just putting it together and making a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, um, with that being said, it's like we are very inexperienced in these areas. You see what I'm saying? We're inexperienced. Maybe we're even introverts a little bit. Sometimes we are, not really knowing what it takes to really get out there, do the networking, the proper steps, whatever the case may be. Right? Like we could be onto something. We could be a little off. Who knows? You see what I'm saying? Like we're just anything that we're doing is literally based off of our minds and whatever other people have kind of slipped in our ears or whatever the case may be. And those answers may or may not be the right answers because, like you said, we don't necessarily have all of the connections that are like, oh yeah, that's easy. Let me blah 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 for you. You see what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
fine. Not using that in any type of negative or crutch or whatever. But I feel like that's important to kind of throw out there. You see what I'm saying? Because somebody can
Yeah.
start from scratch, but then they can find their way to a connection and or their mind can be expanded, and they can see the world a little bit differently. Something we talk about all the time is like how we see the world. Like we are a little too critical, a little too breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? Like dumb people, they're gonna get richer way faster than we are
Quick, yeah.
because we are too smart. We're breaking it. We think we're too smart. Or we're too intellectual. We're diving into certain
Too
things too
analytical.
much, too literal.
Yeah.
Right, right. Too literal or analytical. And so yeah, you know what I'm saying. With all that being said, bro, like sometimes you just gotta push that to the side, and but that's not easy, right? So that's where we
It's
get into
not.
here. We say what it is that we need to say. We share what it is that we need to share, and sometimes you'll catch me, yo, you doing too much. Sometimes I get you, yo, you doing too much, or you're not, and then sometimes it's you're not doing enough, right? Sometimes you're too much in this area, not really focusing on that area. And so for me, that's the value of community.
This.
Somebody, and I'm gonna let you go after right after, but David Shands, my guy that I like to watch, something he said in one podcast, one random, it was just like a thing he just kind of spit, but it was a bar, and he was saying sometimes, and it might not even be his bar, it might be somebody else's bar, but anyway, he said sometimes. Um, a lot of times when we try to network up, and we try to get the person who's higher than us and try to get in their group and whatever the case may be. But sometimes the key is to actually network across, right, and
Sure.
link up with
Lateral movement.
people, right, laterally link up with people who are on your level, close to your level, because those are the people who's making the same mistakes that you're making today. And so now, once they make that mistake, once they trip, they're going to come back to you, be able to tell you, so that tomorrow you don't have to make the same mistake that just did. And so now it's the two of us, we're able to share our mistakes with each other. But on a grand scale, you know what I'm saying? Imagine what does that look like when it's 5 people, when it's 10 people, when it's 20 people who are laterally in a similar position, but we're all able to kind of feed off of each other's experiences and not have to make that same mistake that somebody else made yesterday. So,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's what I was gonna input as far as like my input on that. Like I don't see I know you don't as well like see myself as any type of like guru or know it all, even in my own field, like that I've been doing for years and years, I don't even see myself as like this guru know it all. There's always space to learn. And I think that's where I know you probably don't agree with this part, but this is where the part where I think the disconnect happens for me and somebody like Alex Hormozy or somebody like Gary V. Their advice is practical. It can be applied, but at the current level that you're at, it's
it's a little
for
different.
me, it's like you're not even crawling yet, but you're trying to jump. Like some people, the advice is valuable for when they're there to apply that advice. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are just getting started. They don't even know where the first step is.
Right.
Like they don't know, how to even get started. They want to get started, but they don't know how to get started. And I think this is where this is useful as well, like meeting people where they're at, because that's where we're at.
Yes.
Like you were saying, laterally, this is where we're at. Like we're not $100 million man or $1 million man. Like, this is like at the bottom, the scratch. So people who are at that level as well are able to connect. And as we grow, people at that level are able to connect there as well. So
Exactly.
I think that's where that's important. And I agree with that podcast statement that guy made. So
That one guy.
yeah, I don't know, but
Let me
I
tap
don't
into
know.
the YouTube. I want to make sure that the vocals are, because we spitting now. I'm not gonna lie. We in a little
Uh,
groove. You feel me? We in a little groove.
yeah,
We talking our talk, and I just want to make sure that talk, you can hear me. You feel me? So
yep.
okay.
But this is like the first very formal one as well, because at first, what we're working on is setting up the infrastructure. I keep using that word, but that's because I realize that everything is infrastructure, bro.
Yeah.
There might be another word that relates more to people, but in my field, infrastructure is the word. Like everything is infrastructure, bro.
Absolutely.
Like
Systems and policies and all of that good stuff.
everything, bro. Like you can't do anything without having the infrastructure to do it first. Like even for your business, like you know what I'm saying? Like you need to get the building.
Right.
You need to get the connections of the people around before you can even be like, okay, I have a business and you need to do the marketing, at least the first few marketing or
Right.
connect with somebody who's already doing it. Those are all part of your infrastructure, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's
the
only so far you
tools.
can go without it. You know what I'm saying? You could
Yeah.
go and you could just start running, but at a certain point, you'll probably have to stop and rework, reevaluate, redo how you're running your business. Um, and so again, we still don't know what exactly that 100% looks like, but the first step is the acknowledgement of, yeah, we need that. So let's put something together, right? And then let's just, you know what I'm saying, put the pieces together as we go. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely infrastructure is very, very,
Important.
very
And that's
key.
something I wasn't doing, bro.
Mm,
Something I wasn't doing before. Like before, like we've had other projects and other entrepreneurial outreach or things that we've done. Like before I wouldn't sit back and say, okay, let me see how I can set up my infrastructure for where I'm at. It doesn't have to be for my outlook in the future. It could be for where I'm at instead of like just trying to go and do the thing. Like sometimes you just got to take a step back and be like, how can I set up X, Y, and Z before I just plunge and go. And sometimes you just have to plunge and go as well.
Right.
But I think for me specifically, the infrastructure is important, like volunteering, and that's something connecting with others, networking. That's something I wasn't really pushing or pursuing, but that's all part of my infrastructure or part of the processes that I gotta do or implement. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, bro.
Yeah. So
But
let's
yeah.
I'll actually take a little second to kind of get into what it is that we're sharing or we're looking at. Where did I put it? Did I message you privately? The remember we had no the
What?
timeline or the journey that we were looking at, temporary agenda. No, not the agenda. Um, sorry, the word is not coming to me.
Moderators only.
Moderator only.
Is
Okay.
that
Yes, yes, yes. Right there, right there, right there. Cool, 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 cool. You got it. You got it. You got it, big dog. So let me see. I'm finna share. What am I gonna share? Oh, let me go over here and share. Share my screen. Go moderator only. Go live.
you don't know what you
Okay
do?
then. Let's make this the big dog.
Of
Yep.
course I do. Should get some feedback though.
A little something, yeah. All right, cool, 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 cool. So this is kind of where we're at with again accountability, our having goals, things of that nature. This is kind of where we're at right now, right? So when we start, speaking and talking with people, we want to know what's your why. Obviously, that's a big thing to always start with whenever you're doing much of anything, especially entrepreneurial. What's your why, and then what's your vision slash goal? Really, just your goal, but because your why is like the deeper version, and then the goal is like, what do I want to accomplish next week, next year, next month? But the why is the depth of it. And then obviously we all know SMART goals, and so that's just something to keep us there, to remind us to keep whatever we're saying very specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Something that I saw again, I kind of typed this into ChatGPT and I was like, "Yo, give me a little something." And something that I picked out of what they were giving me was resources slash support system. How many times do we overlook the actual support system that we have, um, and the resources that we have? We don't actually pay attention to those things, and
Or tap into them.
say or tap into, right. We don't pay attention, and then secondly, we don't tap in. That's a very big thing. We miss out on those things. So um, yeah, sometimes you just have to ask that question. Like if nobody asks you, then you might overlook it or whatever the case may be. Like, yo, do you know anybody who does that? Oh wait, I know my cousin. Okay, cool. Well, whatever the answer is, that's another story. But at least ask. Get out there. Um, and then obviously the accountability, and then we're gonna have weekly overviews and seeing, okay, how good are you working these things, and then we'll talk short term and long term goals, whatever. So it's a little, I feel like it's a little messy, but it's like bullet points to give us something, so what happened? Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, that was my wife. My
Stop, Bree.
wife. She can't hear you. Did Marta say what's up?
Oh, hi.
She said hi. Oh, you
Hello,
can
that's
say
true.
you're a
Oh.
But yeah. All right. Cool. So that's kind of what we're looking at when we start getting to. Where? Hold on. Let me move over here. And let me kind of put the focus off of that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So boom, I'll just leave that right there. And really we could look at this right here, your accountability, and kind of see a little something, right? And so, like I said, last week was really the first week that we kind of sort of put some of these things into place. We were very much working with Mario, his business, his the things that he had, and so again, so we scraped. The goal, one of the goals was scraping, and it was supposed to be by next week, right? So we're gonna scrape,
Mhm.
and then the next week after that, we're gonna pass out a little candy. So yeah, you go ahead and kind of take over that area a little bit, explain to the people, and then
Um,
follow us up, catch us up.
do you hear the feedback?
Is there a feedback?
At least on my end, there is.
Okay,
Well, at least I can hear myself speak.
you know what it is. I'm already knowing
So
what
you
it is.
share.
Yeah, it's the screen share. Let me mute. Show my camera. Turn off microphone.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Share
it
on.
doesn't allow you.
Okay, wait. Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, I haven't really messed with Discord screen sharing like that.
Yeah, so I wonder if it does that on the YouTube. Cause yeah, I thought when
All right,
oh
just take the screen share off
oh how about now?
for
Can you
now, and then when you're,
how about now? I just pressed the
hmm?
button.
Yo, oh yeah, it's I can't hear it no more.
It's better. Okay.
Yeah, is that from Discord end, or where did you change that setting from?
Yeah, inside. Oh shit. There it goes. Now it's not being friendly. It's inside of Discord. Yeah, there's I'll show you. I'll take a look picture.
No, no, I mean like, okay, is that from the screen sharing settings or
Yes.
outside of Discord? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Inside.
all right, cool. But yeah, back on this accountability joint. I guess some of the goals of what we're trying to do, like as well, at least for my business, like you were saying, like last week was, um, focus a little bit more on me and what I got going on. Um, so part of the issue that I have right now is prospecting. So to solve that, we discussed like, hey, something got to give. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas really got to put themselves out there and go meet businesses, go meet people, go let people know you exist, let them know you out there. Like you gotta do something either way. But so part of my plan on the things that we came up with was to pass out some candy and introduce myself. And the other way to do that is to find who are you gonna pass it to. So that's why we decided to scrape. And scraping is basically extracting data from Google Maps. Specifically, is the type of script that I did. Um, there are plugins out there, but I was able to find something that somebody built specifically for that on YouTube. So it was a custom plugin, so it's not available on like Chrome or anything like that. So you have to download it and then install it. And I put it on ChatGPT and customize it to make it my own. Because the code is available. All you gotta do is plug it in. Hey, ChatGPT, I need help. This is what I needed to do. I need this part improved. I need X, Y, and Z. And you might need a little Googling or a little experience on putting it together, but ChatGPT will help you that way. But I was able to scrape a whole bunch of dental offices and some accounting firms and financial advisor firms, and I put them on separate spreadsheets. And I think so. I'm taking a step back. Instead of September 5th and 6th for passing out the candy, although it's gonna cost me more money, I think it's worth it because if I just pass out the candy with just my hand, presentation and first appearance is everything. I want to present my brand in a way that that is professional or that people can be like, oh wow, that's so nice. Like I want to put a bag together. You know, one of those little gift bags you get when you shop at Sephora or some shit like that. And or wherever you shop, like the little girl gift bags that look cute and little rope handles and things like that. Um, I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna put my logo on there, put my little tagline at the bottom, and inside of it, I'm gonna put candy, a couple cent of candy, like 2 or 3 bars of candy for Halloween, because Halloween is coming up. And also that's part of my theme. Every holiday, I'm gonna stick to the theme of the holiday. Except for this holiday, I guess. But every like
I
holiday
mean,
that I can
candy
like go out,
Halloween. It makes sense.
yeah, and I'm gonna put like extra marketing materials in there, like the mouse pad that we talk about, with my business logo on there, my website, my number, my name. Um, every day, if you use that mouse, I'm right there. I'm right in your face. That's what I was thinking about. Like, I need something that's in your face because the candy after you eat it, that's it.
Shit gone.
Like, I'm not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if your computer break down and you have the mouse pad, oh,
Oh snap! Let me.
he's right there,
Yeah.
Yeah. Also the other thing I was thinking about is like I'm trying to make my mind work on things that are always on your face, like a beer opener. It's drinking is very popular in Wisconsin. Maybe a beer opener,
It's
branded
awesome.
beer opener, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Like the bag, a very nice bag with my logo on there. At least to get people to check out and traffic to my website, which also would help my SEO and help, traffic to my website. Let Google know that I exist, let people know that I exist. So that's my plan for now. Also, I know you're gonna hate this. I think I'm going to I'm going to do I don't want to put a date on it yet because I hate over like planning shit, like over like stacking it. I want to stream me doing cold calls live. I know I'm very against it. I don't like the cold calling, especially for my industry. But I think done right, there are opportunities there. There are some people who needs the help and they don't know they need it, and I can't reach everybody by driving and passing out the candy just by myself. So, like everybody know, I'm not an expert, I'm not a guru. I'm trying to learn all this shit as well. So me cold calling and being honest about where I'm at and people watching it, I think that has value for others who are trying to start as well. Now that's another scrape, finding their numbers, finding, the owner. Um, Maybe we can share that process as well and how I found the people for free. Because right now, all the tools you have to pay. Like, you have to pay to get their emails, you have to pay to get their phone numbers, you got to pay to do X, Y, and Z. Um, and I'm trying to find ways to get them for free and do it very low cost at least. So that's
That's
my
fire. I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with the
that's my
streaming.
goal.
I love streaming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Any
think I
which
think that would
way.
be cool. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Whether or not it comes out good or bad, just keep doing it and trying it again.
Absolutely. No, I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. Hold on, let me plug in. Um, all right. So you did get 100 though.
Yeah, I got more than 100. Like, at least for the financial side, there's a lot of them. So one of the obstacles that I encountered with the dental offices is they have like how the scrape works is like if you go on Google, you put dental offices on Google Maps, all the ones that come up like on Google Maps, I can extract all of those, like with the address, the phone number, the name of the businesses, and some of them are just doctors' names, and some of them are part of a bigger network of dental offices, like a more corporate.
Mm,
Um, that doesn't mean I can't attack those businesses, just not yet, because most likely those bigger umbrella companies have their own IT that's supporting the other little branches. Um,
right.
I also work with those people, just not at this phase.
Yeah.
Um, Even if they do already have IT inside, like I can be an extra arm for them. Um, But right now I'm looking more for like the single shop, mom and pop, or two shop owners, three offices maybe. Yeah, that's more of where I'm at. Just cleaning up the data and just organizing it and hitting them up. Um, you
Cool,
know what
cool.
I need? I need. I don't know if it's I was thinking about doing it, but I don't know if it's something I should do. I was thinking of recording me going inside with like a little pocket pen camera, like just me recording me having a conversation because it's unnerving sometimes when it's your first time doing something like you talking to the person and your speech and you have to be on point right here right now.
Right.
Like
I like that.
so
I like that because
just like
people,
me recording the
that's a
experience.
part of, like you said, it's the whole package, it's the whole experience, like of all parts. Okay, hey, I'm doing X, Y, Z, day, and you can even, there's a lot of ways you could kind of play with it, um, and you could make it into a series, day, blah, 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 until I get my first client. You see what I'm saying? And just boop, 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 put it all together. Maybe not day because it's not
How
every
do you think
single
I
day.
should record that?
How?
That's the one I'm stuck with. Yeah, because like I don't want to make it like camera on your face. Hey, here's my pitch. Listen to me talk. Like I mean, I want it to be more discreet.
Yeah.
Um,
Of
like
like of like when you're walking in.
of the actual interaction. I want to record me actually speaking to
Yeah.
whoever's in the front desk or whoever the owner is.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a good
like
question.
what I'm saying, the inserts,
Yeah, there's different ways. Hmm.
some spy glasses type shit.
Some right, the meta joints. but
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know, cause I see people do it a lot of ways, right? They do it to where you actually see the person, and then sometimes there's like it's like underneath, like you're seeing like, you see what I'm saying, or sometimes you're seeing like a side, like there's different views of different people. So we'll probably have to like look into that a little bit. That homework, right? Look into
all right.
that, and see, what are all the views and angles that people normally use, and then just kind of like pick one that makes sense for you and that you're most comfortable with. Because yeah, like you say, you don't necessarily want to come into the business and be like, hey, I'm recording, but you know what I'm saying. But
Right.
if there is a way to do it, and again, there is a way because people do it, um, but then again, some of the way might just be like they're just shameless. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just shameless, and then some people that, who knows, right? But yeah, I feel like that's something to look into. Look into those angles, and then bring it back next week and see what you come up with.
Yeah, because I mean, like as far as like pulling out a big old camera and put it on people's face, I don't want to do that. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I think especially the first meeting, like the first time you're walking in,
right.
I think that's a good first appearance or
Representation.
first,
Yeah,
what I'm saying, first interaction type thing.
that's fair.
But yeah, that's
But
my plan.
but definitely you
Uh,
should you should have it. I really like that, the idea, putting it all together. It's different, it's unorthodox a little bit. Um, I can't, you can't tell me, oh yeah, there's 10 tech companies that already did that. Like, I don't think
right,
so, bro.
and that's that's
Yeah,
what you strike in me as well. Like um, I'm starting to think more about marketing, but that's not really my flow. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really my flow. Like as far as like thinking about marketing for my specific business. Like of course, I once in a while I can strike a good idea. Also, another thing is easier for me to think about what you're doing than what I'm doing. Like
yeah, always.
oh, like I can give you advice. It's very easy. Like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Always like but when it comes to my shit, like it's a little harder for me to think about what I need to do. And the other way to differentiate myself in this space, there aren't a lot of businesses in the IT realm that are putting out quality marketing content like that or putting out content in general
yeah,
or in that on that level. So
yeah. And I don't know if this is
for
a good thing or a bad thing, if that is a good thing or a bad thing. But I feel like there's so many. businesses or industries that people are not putting out a lot of high quality content, just like you're saying, and those pockets exist. And so again, it could be a good thing for somebody to be able to recreate something, or maybe it's a bad thing, as in, oh, they told me. It could be a bad thing, as in, um, people aren't doing that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? People have tried, it didn't work, it's not entertaining. So that's something that I'm interested in right now. I see a lot of industries that have those pockets of content. People aren't creating content in those specific
Thought about that.
industries. Yeah, they're not
You know what
creating
the problem
content
is?
in those industries. And so, my question is, does that mean that we need somebody who has that social media marketing mind to match and make it make sense? Or does it mean that that content is just not
I
entertaining?
think I've watched a few. There's this guy on YouTube called Louis Rossman. He owns a shop, like a repair shop, right? Back then, like he's been on YouTube for 10 plus years, right?
Okay.
And he was uploading actual videos of him doing like very hard repairs, like board level repairs, like the motherboard repairing circuitry
Okay.
inside your computer on phones and everything. It was getting very little views. And once he starts switching and talking about broader things that are still involved within, the IT space, or I don't say IT, the technology space, he started exploding because you got to think about the audience as well. How many people who are very interested in that specific thing, like repairing a board on a motherboard on a laptop?
Right.
Like like how many people has the actual tools to do X, Y, and Z? I think the problem in, at least in my space, is people are trying to put content out that's a little
A little too
too
specific.
too specific, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody really want to watch you like how to create a new VLAN on Cisco.
Yeah.
No, nobody want to watch that shit, bro. Like
Yeah. No, but now that
unless
takes
you're in
me to,
IT.
unless you're in IT, but that takes me to another point of nobody wants to watch that specifically, but there's a cool thing in the social media realm right now, in which we don't want to see what's on the screen. We want to see what's behind the screen at
The
the
screen.
same time that you're seeing the screen and you're seeing the person in the desk behind the screen. We want to see both at the same time. For example, photography and videography. I don't give a damn how nice your pictures are. I don't give a damn how nice your videos are. But now, if you take me into third person instead of first person where I can see your video, take me into third person. Now I'm watching you create the video with a little, voiceover at the top, and this was my day, and this was such a hard one, and da 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 da, with the, a little bit of specific sauce.
Hmm.
Now you got my attention. Now I like you. Now I'm paying attention. Because how many times, and we should have known this from middle school, bro. From middle school and high school. If I say this and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll be surprised. I'll be so surprised if you don't know what I'm about to say. You know them Indian niggas. Let me make sure I correct myself for the. You already know. You already know what I'm talking about, bro. Let me correct myself so that I can get a reel out of this. Every so often, I start thinking. I say, okay, when you speak in a specific way so you can clip it, bro. That's how I be thinking when I'm talking right now. You already know the Indian guys or Malaysian or Cambodian or whatever, right? The South Asian, anyway, the Asian guys, and we watch them 2 o'clock in the morning, and we watch them carve a pool out
A
of thin
water.
air. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You already know what
Mm.
I'm talking about. Everybody has watched that. We all have gone through that phase. We all know those videos. We all know those guys. But like, it's the question of what is it? What makes it so captivating? Why do we watch it? Why do we want to go back? And it's because it's the third person. You could show me the final product and just take a picture of it. I wouldn't. Nobody would know about these Indian guys, these Asian guys. Nobody would know about them. But because they showed the third person and they showed the meticulousness and the details of what they're doing, sometimes you just get lost. And again, there's different formats. You see what I'm saying? There's the ASMR, and then there's the this, there's the that, there's the voiceovers. You see what I'm saying? There's definitely different formats of what you're doing, but that's the key. I feel like that's the key to unlock any industry. And you just have to figure out which one makes sense. Does ASMR make sense? Does this make sense? Does that make sense? And so you're about to explore, bro. You're about to touch on some shit
Yeah.
if you're really ready.
And I think that's where like it comes in as well. Like, my framework of thought is on broadness. Like, I don't want to be super specific on like how to do X, Y, and Z. Like the same thing. I don't want to do like how to create a new VLAN and like in a Cisco switch. But instead, what I could do is explain the benefits of having VLAN in your business in a
Yeah,
dental office. Like it's still niche, but it's very broad.
yeah,
Like the benefits of X, Y, and Z for your business. Because like if I'm talking about specifically, I can still show you what I'm doing. I can still show you. I can still do it. You know what I'm saying? Can still create the VLAN and X, Y, and Z, but I can make it more broad so you as a business owner understand why you need it. And I think it's more targeting to a broader audience than more specific. That's what I'm working on as well, just with my friend ChatGPT, trying to come up with more, more broad but specific at the same time topics.
I think it,
So
and it might even be less of a topic, but more of an approach. You see what I'm saying? A
right,
specific topic with a broad approach. How can I, like you said, show this specific topic to the masses? There's different formats to show it, and how do I make this the most entertaining? And I think what you're saying right now, showing a very specific topic, but explaining the benefits of that specific topic
to a
instead
broader
of just
audience.
showing you right. So now you're talking to anybody. Now I might come and be like, oh, okay. The amount of things that I watch, I have no idea what they're about, and I'm just,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? Like I'm not even in this field, but oh, I'm about to learn something. This is teaching me something. Okay, cool. So now I'm watching the benefits of da 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 da. And if you can just frame it in a you know what I'm saying a very interesting way, maybe you have different cuts and different places
Mhm.
where the camera is, and that's it. You see what I'm saying? You might could do one video to where it's just a third and it's the back of your head, and that's it. Or and that gets 10 views, but then you take the same exact videos and you have three other camera angles, and now that gets 10 million views just because of my attention span just needed to feed a little bit, and you hit it, but do I ever need this in my life? No. Am I gonna
Um,
use this? No. But did I watch the video? Sure. Did I like the video? Yeah. Did I like this guy's voice and the back of his head? Sure, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And we're having a good time.
I
But
should, yeah.
you gotta tell me, what's that guy's name that you said? I'm interested to see. How did you catch that from him in the first place? How did you catch him in the first place?
I've been looking at, I've been looking at, because in my head I was like, damn, there's really no like the type of business I'm doing is like MSP traditionally or IT solution provider. Like there isn't any like ones that I've seen that have that type of audience on social media, right? Of course, they have a presence. Audience and presence is two different things. They have a presence on the net, but they don't have a audience. Like they don't have hundreds of thousands of people watching them, and a few as well. Linus Tech Tips is another one. But yeah, I was just looking at his videos. I'm like, he doesn't make any repair videos anymore like that. Like he has a repair video, but it's on how Amazon is scamming um people or selling fake hard drives.
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, he explaining it and then showing you how he knows it's a fake hard drive. He like opened the hard drive, looking at the circuit, and you know what I'm saying. Even if I wasn't in IT, I'll still be interested. Maybe I want to buy an external hard drive,
Wow.
and it's fake. Like what you're getting is not the real thing. It's not the actual 50 gigabyte or 500 gigabyte that they're selling you. It's less, and it's breaking down. And here's why. He's talking about right to repair because he owns a repair shop. You know what I'm saying? Like here's
Nice.
why you need right to repair because X, Y, and Z. And I also own a repair shop. Like so
Yeah.
it's got me thinking more in that realm, more broad that can more people can relate to instead of like how to type, how to do type
Yeah.
shit. So yeah,
Nah, that's fire, bro. That's fire. That's fire. Definitely drop that. Drop that in the thing, before we get out of here, um, and then yeah, for the accountability, I forgot what we said. The homework was. I mentioned the homework.
yeah, it's on mod only, moderators only. That's
Oh,
that's your
no.
thing.
I mean, like for you specifically. Oh, the thing. Let me type it. Let me type it. So for NBA, oh, drop tech guys, and then homework is how to record self while um
This motherfucker hot. But yeah, maybe like another 10 minutes. We wrap this up.
alright, my guy. Oh yeah, your computer's hot.
Shit's hot in general, bro.
Oh, nah, y'all good. Yeah, I mean that was about it. That was about it for your side. We'll get to my side one of these days.
LOL. You know, next week, I already have these things that I'm working on, you know what I'm saying? I'll continue to refine. And as I learn anything new, I'll share those. Maybe next week we come through and we talk about your stuff, what you got going on, and if there's any space that we can talk through and see any improvements that we can implement. So
All right.
yeah, bro.
Say less, say less. That's what we doing next week. Next week. Oops. Yeah, so next week is a quick follow up. NBA, and then start accountability with edge. Cool, 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 cool. I bet, bro. Man,
Yeah,
well,
bro.
that was definitely a nice little one, and it was. I feel like it was shorter than what we normally have, but cameras are on, so now we were all precise and shit. You
We
know what I'm
were,
saying?
we were too professional. That's not a
Perfect,
bad thing though.
getting it done, man. So nah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. Love it. Cool, bro. Anything you want to say to the people at home?
Yeah, for sure, man. In the future, when you and I rewatch this is not like to people at home because this is like how this started, was just supposed to be you and I, just and then even eventually things evolve like all people do. Um, I hope in the future when we watch this, as I've watched my old self, for some videos that I've recorded, I hope that we realize that, damn, why didn't we think about this sooner? Um, why didn't we do this any sooner? Because there are so many other people like us out there who has a dream or who have a dream but don't have the resources or the know-how how to do it, or just are scared. Like I see so many videos. I was watching people teach cold calls and the comments are vast about, damn, I'm so nervous. Like I'll rather watch you do it than me doing it. Like
Wow.
just putting us doing it, putting people more into the motion of taking action. instead of being too analytical and thinking about it too much. You can plan too much. There's such a thing. You can plan too much and you get paralysis by analysis, I think it's called. Um, I hope in the future we watch this and be like, dang, wow, we really did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is like a thing. Like, we started this. Like, this is a thing, and now people are looking to, and maybe the next Mario and Be Rich is like replicating this. I hope in the future, maybe future could be a year. Um, we watch this and we know, like, wow, we really did this. Like, but yeah, that's the only message I have, or I guess for us, not more for like the people at home. The people at home, just keep watching. Just keep watching the consistency, keep watching the growth. Um, yeah, check our businesses out. Check Rich on IG. Check my business, unibyte.com, UNEBYTE.com. Yeah, and I'll be coming on social media very shortly. Paralysis by analysis. Trying to get my infrastructure lined up first, and then I'm coming. Whenever I come though, I'm coming.
Hard. When I'm coming hard.
I'm coming. Gonna be really, really wet. Anyways, but that's what I had to say, Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, say that. I love that, definitely. I don't think I could have said anything any better than what you said. Like, yeah, you just said it perfectly. Like you said, like, really hope to look back and laugh. Be like, yo, these niggas, look at these niggas, Kiki's, you know what I'm saying? And just laugh. Like, the things that we're gonna, and I feel like that's just in general, that's a lot of business, life, experience, is when you look back at yourself, you're only missing such a small detail, and those small details change everything, everything around you, your whole life, your bank account, your experiences, your relationships, whatever the case may be. We're just missing small details, and like you said, we just can't even fathom it right now. But once we're exposed to it, then you can never go back. And so, yeah, man, that's it. Love it. And yeah, the same thing that I would tell myself is the same thing that I would tell to the crowd, man, because as an audience, my audience is my younger self, and that's who I'm trying to speak to. I'm trying to influence and build up. The people that have a vision but have nowhere to start, have no idea where to start. So if you're a type of person who has a vision and you don't know where to start, definitely you gotta tap in. You gotta tap in right here. I Be Rich. You gotta tap in with the Starving Artist Club. You gotta tap in with everything that we are putting together, because we're just gonna show you step by step the blueprint as we put it together. For me, there's no question in my mind as to who I am, who I'm going to be, where I'm going to be at. I'm gonna make it. Niggas gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? It's just when. You just let me know when. You feel me? So, that's it, man. And if I made it, my brother made it. If my brother made it, I made it. So remember,
For sure, you already
I told
know.
you that. You feel me?
You already
I
know.
told you that. So
It's the same highway, bro. Different exit.
that's it, bro. That's it, bro. So all right, for sure. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Whoever did tap in. Again, I'm already knowing. Like I said, this is for the people. This is for the people that's gonna a year and then they go. But not even that. Even if there's one,
Okay, people catch up, bro. They'll catch
they
up.
gonna catch up. They gonna catch up. But not. Let me not even. Sometimes we focus too much on the future. I want to focus on the one person who's watching. So thank you, one person who done tapped in today, and you're watching.
Thank you, Pre.
You are the one. Hey man, all right, we logging off the live, man. Appreciate y'all. We out.